everyone, I am Anusha. I'm a final year civil engineering student. I'm from MS Ramaya Institute of Technology. So ever since I joined this college, there was a lot of dilemma if I have chosen the right branch or not. As I came into civil, I had no experiences, no background to be telling it properly. So I had no clue on what to do. So currently I have some aspirations of becoming more like a designer in this field, to have a startup of my own in civil engineering. So in the very beginning of the degree, if you'd asked me, I had no clue. But since I'm in the final year, I have some of the ideas that I think I'm proud of, to come to the stage and have some sort of idea about what to do in the future. So the progress has been good so far. I actually want to be more like a fieldwork person than a designing person, but anyways I've been prepared for both. So that's one of my objectives that has been built up over the years. I don't remember clearly, but we just got to know about it in our class. We were just asked to go and meet couple of people that came from Byju's. And since it was a huge name, we just went for it and we took the session. I mean, Byju's and CareerLabs was not an unknown name to be surprised from getting it. Knowing it about the college. I mean, we knew about this a couple of years ago, even before joining the degree. Byju's was a huge name, but to be very honest, I didn't know that they had some, ideas of helping students throughout the degree as well. So we were in class and some of our professors came in and just announced this. So we were expected to attend a session, and to be very honest, I was, as I said, I was pretty impressed by the ideas they had, the approaches they had, on how to make the best out of the degrees that we get here, make best use out of the time that we get through 4 years. So I was asked to attend a session. So I got to know like a pretty much a basic idea, the outline, and through that I got a couple of contacts, and through there I was expected to talk to a couple of people, and they definitely guided me well to come to the stage. They told me what it was and how they would help me, what career guidance actually is. So, I mean, it's definitely important for students like us, because engineering is something that is, that's the most common degree that we choose as students. So, though interested or not, we just jump into this degree and expect to get some huge assets from this degree. So this guidance was really useful, because I got it in the 5th sem. In the beginning of the 3rd year, we met these people, and they were really, really patient to talk to us and hear all the queries that we had. So I pretty much gained the trust in the very beginning itself, because the officials were really, really patient to listen to all the problems. Even if they were silly enough, they didn't just give it up. They just explained it. They went for every question that I asked. So it was pretty much a professional environment that they created. So I chose for it based on that. So after having a brief session, I got to explore some of the behavioral questions. These questions were more like exploring yourself. What are your views on certain conditions? What are your views and how would you react in certain situations? So I got to know that it took time definitely, but it was worth it. And I got to talk to Kritika ma'am. She was really helpful in explaining a lot about CV. CV is like the whole biodata that you carry, and explaining all the things that you have done through the degree. So it's really, really important to have a very strong CV, and I got to know that through Kritika ma'am. And obviously CareerLabs has been a huge influence on building my CV, starting from the template to filling all the things, how it has to be filled. So I got a good number of mentor calls over there over that period. And it's very important, because as I said, I came across through this in the beginning of the 3rd year, the 5th sem. So we were in between of nowhere. We had no clue on how to, come out of our college space. And, we are really comfortable in our college space, and we just think we are acing it in academics, so it's fine. But the actual world is really different from that. And I got to know that through these mentor calls, through these questions that I was expected to solve. So yeah, it just changed me as a student. It made me better as a professional student. It gave me a different view on how to go into your uncomfortable space and have some control over things that are actually important. So yeah, I got mentor calls whenever I wanted to, and you always need some advice, from the experts, and these mentor calls were very very useful. So that period, I still again gained more trust, and I was more confident as a student, as a technical student, because since I got to know the importance of CVA, I started exploring new things. I started searching for new things that could make me a better student than the other. I got to know about the competition that it was. I got to know about different things to be done to ace the competition, and I just got to know that academics is not it. It's not school anymore, and you need to actually work outside of college to be somebody who's very very special and very very technical. So yeah, it actually improved me. It helped me grow within, and it was a very important phase, I'd say, because that was the beginning where things started to change for me. Things I got to know on what to focus and what should I invest myself in. So yeah, those recordings, those questions, those mentor calls were very very important. So starter courses, anything you need to start, you need to have some basic knowledge. As a civil engineering student, you always have to have some good foundation on your basics. So firstly, when we had the session, they did give us options on exploring your own interest. Where do you want to go from the final year of engineering, what options you have. You can go being a best technical person you want to, or shift to management side. So we were in this constant dilemma. Even in the third year, you don't get some a solid answer on telling what exactly you want. So these starter pack courses were very useful in deciding your interests. I mean, obviously I wanted to take something in civil, but I didn't know what to, because civil is itself a major thing, and you can't just be doing some random thing in civil engineering. You need to know what your interests are in. So these starter pack courses, obviously they were at a wide range, different subjects were involved, but I'd say that the exposure that I got, I learned about Python, I learned about machine learning, and I'd say these starter pack courses have been a base, have been an idea for building up my final year project now. So there's something called interdisciplinary projects, wherein you apply various knowledges of different branches. So I think starter pack courses have been an advantage even till today. It's not just I got to know about what my interests are and I just left those subjects behind. No, I still study those today, though they are basic, though they are at a very beginner's level. I think they're very important for me to use those as applications. So starter pack courses were definitely a boon for exploring myself, knowing how interested I am in a particular subject or not. Definitely it took time. It took time for me to understand it. But the courses, I'd say they're very, very basic. They have, made sure that it's understood properly. You can watch it over and over. And yeah, they were pretty much in detail, I'd say. So though you don't have a good knowledge, I mean, I'm not good at computer science branch subjects. So Python was something which was way above it. I always thought it was something which is very tough to be understood by a person like me. So I just went for it. It took some time, but to be honest, I know some of the basics now. And as I said, I'm using it for my final year project. So starter pack courses are definitely, I think, a weapon to showcase for, because in the future, it's definitely going to be helpful. So apart from that, machine learning was something that was very, very different for me. I wouldn't say difficult, but it was very unique for me. And so it gives you a freedom of learning a wide range of things. You didn't even expect that of learning. You always thought, you're a civil engineering student, so you need to study these things. But no, starter pack courses gives you some, sneak peek of the other branches as well. So definitely it was very useful. So post the starter pack courses, you will have some basic idea on what your interests are. So you just choose some of the course, but obviously there's this constant fear of, if the course is worth it, are you investing to the right course or not? I had these issues, but I just went for it with instincts, because since I had been with talking to the officials for over a year, I thought I have to give this a try because I took this advanced course during the pandemic, and I don't regret it at all because I think that's the most, I'd say, the most efficient work that I've done through this pandemic. Advanced courses of construction technology was my topic. I took around a month or so to complete it. I'd say that this gave me a sort of confidence as a technical student. I was more sound than the other students. I wouldn't be the same old person in the fifth sem, third year, where I knew nothing about the subject in detail. All I knew was some book knowledge, all I knew was some portions that were coming for tests. So advanced courses that I took up was what it has changed me actually as a technical student. I've learned around 7 softwares now, and that was something which I thought was impossible. All I knew was one software before joining the advanced course. So all I'm saying is, these advanced course, as the word says, you're advanced than the others. You're advanced in the subject. You're good at the subject. At some point, you'll just gain the confidence. You'll just come up, and you'll feel that you're a better person and you have to be technical as a student. You're no more in school or college to just score in academics. So advanced courses really helped in bringing the growth and knowing the subject. And to be very honest, construction technology, it's a subject of civil engineering, was not in my portions, but the time and the money and the interest, everything just went hand in hand, and I just matched up. I invested over there, and I think that's the best decisions I've taken over the pandemic. Coming to the course, the information, the details, the portions that they cover are something that's different from what we get in college. But since they know it better, they know what technical things that are required. So that course actually was I'd say a different way than the college teaches us, but it was nice. It was something unique that I didn't come across over the years, and it gave me some options of learning various softwares, as I said. And at the end of the day, you're expected to complete a certain project using the software so that they're going to evaluate. So these things actually build up as a person. They help you make mistakes. They give you the freedom of learning new things, though you have these basic ideas or silly problems that you have, but they have a solution for it. They come up with different things on how to explore different areas of your brain, and these things were definitely new to me, but at the end of the day, it was worth it. At the end of the day, I just got to know a lot about the subject, and I think I made the right decision. I mean, we had webinars on aptitude tests, on CV buildings, and there were a couple of mentors who knew more about the placement field and things. So you need some constant advice on checking yourself if you're at a right position or not. So firstly, it was the CV building webinars. I'd say they gave me an idea on how to build a good CV. So that's, as I said, it's very, very important for having this CV. It's all you got to show to the placement people or for masters. So CV building, they were really patient. They really explained in detail, even on how to write a project, on how to present yourself, how to have a strong CV to be picked up among the lot. So CV building webinars were really helpful for me on an individual level as well. So webinars were there even on aptitudes. Different, I think around 5 aptitude tests were conducted of various companies, and that's what we wanted. That's the exact thing we want right now, because I'm in the final year and this is the placement season, and this was like a very, very important thing to be done. So these tests were conducted. I came to know where I'm actually weak at and where I'm good at, so that I can improve those things. And these webinars, since they're recorded, I can even access to them whenever I'm free. So they actually give me a direction to go for. Next, they give me something like a strong foundation on how to go further and what to do further, where I'm going wrong. So these webinars have been very, very helpful, and since they're in detail, you can get the answers of all the queries that you get through the process. So though they were aptitude or CV building webinars or the other webinars which told about placements, they, as I said, they'll answer all the queries that you have throughout. So yeah, they were very, very useful. So at the end of the process, we get some contacts to talk to, whenever you're stuck. And I spoke to Arpita ma'am after Kritika ma'am. Kritika ma'am helped me in building up CVs and stuff. And Arpita ma'am was the one who, told me on how to go after that. So I'd say they were very, very comfortable to talk to. And since the situation was totally unexpected, pandemic, so I was totally confused as a student, and I had this freedom to talk to her whenever I wanted to. I would just mail to those people, and I just get a reply within a day or so, and the next thing I know, they just call you back, and they talk for a long period of time. They just give you some sort of direction that you need. They tell you exactly what has to be done. And so I think they somewhere give you a push. They somewhere tell you where you're going wrong and how to go and make those things in a proper way. So it was very helpful because you need some constant guidance, because since you have no, I'd say, background, or your college is not much into it on advising a lot of things. They're more into academics because they're time restrained. So you need some people who have the proper knowledge of it, on advising you, on bringing the things that has to be done in the first place. Every time I got an opportunity to talk to them, call them. At the end of the call, I would get some new things to be completed. Get this I'd say energy to finish certain things, and just become a better person as a technical student. So yeah, the calls were very, very, very helpful in building yourself, and as an individual conversation, you're very comfortable to talk to. There's no judgment here. There's no, you need to finish the call within this to this duration. You can talk to them. You can just come up with all the queries, and the solutions were pretty good. They were very, very useful. And yeah, so you can just have the freedom to talk to them whenever you want. So it's a wonderful conversations to have with them. So firstly, civil engineering is something wherein you just get in, and you can't expect jobs here. So you have this constant fear of whether you're doing the right thing, because the competition is huge, and you have to be the best in the lot. So placements are really difficult compared to the IT branch sectors. So it's something which is very, very, it's a bitter truth. But having said that, I've been in collaboration with them for, this is the second year now. So in the fifth sem, I just got to know about this through the college. And I think I have made a good CV. To just say it in the short sentence, I have a good CV at the end of the day. I have good technical knowledge. I have good aptitude skills. So for a duration of 1.5 years, I've been able to grow, in terms of knowledge, in terms of communication skills. So I'd say, yeah, civil engineering jobs are a reality. It can't be changed, but you need to change as a student. You need to be the best you can to reach to the target. So I'd say CareerLabs has been definitely a place to grow. If I had no CareerLabs, I don't think I'd be at this stage, have any clue on how to improve myself. And you just can't come to a final year and just say, I need to improve right now. It has to be a process that has to be built over the year. So yeah, I think at the right time, I got to sign up with them. I got to talk to them, and and now here we are in the placement season. So I suggest all the people out there to go for it. It's a very, very important decision that has to be taken, and it's not a new name. I think CareerLabs and Byju's is a household name to us. So yeah, you're experimenting, you're risking some of your time, but I'd say it is worth it. At the end of the day, you'll be a better person. And currently, you definitely need something out of the box to reach to a certain target. And CareerLabs is definitely the option to go for.